Hey, what's going on, everybody? BDF 44 coming at you another video. All right, so my foot feels a little better. Y'all probably don't even know what I'm talking about because with the new network, it takes twice as long to upload videos. So all them long videos I had, yeah, we're back to take it 2 hours and 2.5 hours. That's the perk of being on T-Mobile, but I don't miss them. I don't miss them. This is free, and that's exactly what I need. Free 99. But yeah, man, threw some stuff in the laundry. It seems to me that the laundry lady did a fantastic job. The cleaning lady, she did a fantastic job of cleaning the linen. Because the last room I was in, and the first 2 rooms I was in, the linen wasn't clean, the towels wasn't clean, and none of that. But when I went to go rip that stuff off, I was like, man, this smells fresh as hell. Like she just fresh got this out of the laundry, or had been in the laundry for a day or something. But to be honest with y'all, I didn't really care. I did laundry anyway. I threw everything that I've been using over the last 2 days, because I told you I did laundry 2 days ago. I threw that in, and I threw in all the linen and all the towels that they had, all the stuff that I took to the hostel last night. All that got washed. I just kind of know the drill now. You want to wash as soon as you move in. You don't want to spend a single night on anything that you haven't washed yourself in a place like this. And so, but it seemed like she did a good job this time, or it was a different lady and she did the laundry today or something. But yeah, man, decided I want to go down to Famous Market since my foot is feeling a little better, since I'm all settled into the new room. Praise God for that, man. I was telling God when I got in there, I wasn't giving him enough praise for what I just went through versus what it is that I'm feeling, or what it is that I was going through. It ain't been enough praise, man. I said a couple thank yous, and I'm like, man, that ain't it. That ain't actually telling the story, man. This was real hell I just went through in that hostel. It wasn't just about finding a place to stay. It was about not needing to be there tonight. And if I do need to be there, hopefully they can replenish with entirely new people, so that the people that are in there next time will not be there. But I honestly don't ever want to spend the night in another place like that. Never, ever. I don't want to go to county jail, none of that, dog. I'm not built for anything like that at all. Type of personalities have me crashing out. I don't want to crash out. I don't. I want to be peaceful. I want to be happy. I want to move on with my life under very positive circumstances. And I'm telling you, that situation right there will keep you from it. I'm just gonna be honest with you. That type of stuff will have you fighting people. Have you trying to, fight your way out of circumstances and all that. So I never was that type of person. I understand there are people like that who are wired like that. God bless y'all. I'm not that, and don't pretend to be. But yeah, right now, just gonna go down and get my bread. Because my thing is, I'm not really sure if the market is open tomorrow. It's Sunday, and so my thing is, I'm down to one more day worth of bread, and I might want to eat tonight before I go to sleep, which is more than likely since I only had this meal. And so my thinking was, if I can get that meal popping later on, then if they're closed tomorrow, I'm not gonna have the bread, and that's a big thing for me and what I like to eat. So that's kind of how that went, man. I'm like, let me just go ahead and do that. But yeah, man, I feel much better. That's the thing. My foot was hurting so bad. Excuse me, my foot was feeling so bad. I thought I'd sprained it somehow. But I just really need to sit down for a little bit, and then I can get right back in action. So that's what it is, man. I feel good now. No bad energy, no bad feelings. I'm very thankful, very happy. It's hot, but not as hot as it's about to be. We're about to go through another heat wave, go up to like 92, 91 over the next 2-3 days. So, the room I'm in is pretty good. It's more like the first room. The second room was supposed to be one of their worst rooms, but I turned it into my own. But this room has a few things wrong with it that other rooms didn't have. One, they got all the tables in the world, but no, the chair is like a big old love seat chair, and then you got the bed. So I got like 3 tables I can do art at, but no chairs to do. It's like, what the hell is y'all thinking? And another thing is the way that it's set up. There's no real actual place to put the trash can, like within reason. Like you can put your trash can in your bathroom, but that's gonna be a bathroom trash can then. Or you can put it in a certain way. You can't fit it in between the sink and the fridge because it protrudes too far. You can put it in the closet, but you'll have your trash next to your clothing. So it's like, that's one of it's like, how the hell did y'all set this thing up, y'all? that's kind of my attitude about this particular room. But other than that, it's a nice room. I could put my fan next to the window. All the plugs work. So, that's what it's about, man. But yeah, I feel all right. I feel better than all right. I feel really good, man. I was telling my buddy Kay, and I learned some lessons here, man. I ain't gonna be doing nothing that would allow myself to get this bad again. Granted, things can always get bad. You can fall in hard times, but there will be no just letting things rock. Like, oh, I'm not gonna pay that. Oh, I don't have to pay that. Oh, I don't have to pay that. Nope. While they might be common sense to y'all, I had to go through this to really understand that even if you got something that looks like it's gonna pan out, could make you all the money in the world to pay something, word to the wise, take some of what you're doing and make sure you take care of your day-to-day. Because if things go wrong, that plan B, it needs to be there. That's the bottom line. And while I heard people tell me that, when you don't respect the consequences of not having the plan B, that's what I was running into. I knew the wisdom, but why I needed to follow said wisdom and fear consequences of not following said wisdom was not in place. That's the problem. And that's been the problem I've had in my life as a man, as a young person. It's like, yeah, I need to do what you tell me makes sense, but like for me, I can just live with the consequences. And then you find out, no, you can't. No, you can't. You don't want to live with them damn consequences. Them consequences suck, bro. Get out of that situation. Make sure you have your plan B. Make sure you have your plan C too. And make sure you set aside some money so that you don't find yourself in any situation that is unprecedented to you. Unprecedented. See, it's like I can handle that. That ain't gonna be nothing. Or my family will get me out of that. It ain't gonna be nothing. Or maybe it's gonna be hard, but my plan A is gonna work, so I don't have to worry about that as much. Those are the type of things that I was allowing myself to fall into, man. And that's not real. That's not real. Your plan A may very well work out. But if you don't have that plan B in place, don't underestimate how uncomfortable not having that plan B is in your life. So it's another version of that. Ain't gonna happen to me. It happened to y'all, but it ain't gonna happen in my neighborhood. That's another version of that I was engaging in this way. And that happens to others, and it sucks for them. But for me, I don't got favor, so God ain't gonna. No, He will definitely let you bump your head when you toy around with gravity in that way. He will definitely get you out of it too. You praise His name, you'll be stronger for it. You'll learn this lesson and then some. But trust me, it's still gonna suck bad. And if you have that wisdom already in place, then you don't need it. You know what I mean? You don't need to learn that lesson. And I think that's the point. People who already understand this don't have to learn that lesson. And the things that I already understand are lessons I don't have to learn. But for the ones I don't know, or for the stuff that I'm playing around with, no good. I'm trying to get sand out of my shoe, little buddy. It's a lot of sand in here. There's sand in my shoe. See? Sand in my shoe. Yeah, that's a nice dog. He just needs to know what my eyes look like. Once he saw my face, he was like, oh yeah, this dude's a friend. My boy Farad's dog really likes me too. My boy has a big old dog. This dog is at least 110 pounds, at least. And he's like 3 years old, and he ran over to me. They were trying to keep him in the little cage and trying to train him, get him used to staying in when people come in, because not everybody's big on dogs. Some people are afraid or whatever the case may be. He's big, so he like to jump on you like he's a puppy. And he jumped on my chest. I was like, whoa, and he licked my face. He want to lick you all in your lips. I'm like, that's not what I'm used to, little buddy. I don't really like that. But I like you, just not licking all in my face. That's not quite how I interact with my pups in my life, but that's what it was. He just wanted to lick your mouth. He wanted to lick your face. He wanted to get all in your ears and all in that stuff. I don't know if he liked the salt from the sweat that I've been walking. I don't know what it was, but that dog was taking a very nice liking to me. I like the dog too. I like most dogs. Even that little dog that was mad at me earlier today, I'm pretty sure we'd be friends after a while. But it's one of them situations where he was just jumping. He was jumping all over my black shirt, shedding and all that. And the thing about it is, they were telling me he has some allergy issues. And I was like, I wonder if he senses that in me. because some of the same allergies and skin that they were describing are the ones I have too. You know, it's like, oh, okay, he got allergies, I got allergies. Maybe they sense that type of stuff. I'll never forget when I had scraped my knee. I was wearing some jeans, and there was a dog that my aunt owned named Dobson. And Dobson ran over, I think it was either Dobson or Ginger. I don't remember which one it was. It might have been Ginger, actually, another dog that she had. Walked over to me and started licking where the injured thing was, where the scrape was. He just walked over and started licking it. I was like, I guess they could smell the blood or smell the pain. I don't think I think I had scraped it probably on the way there, so we hadn't put the bandage on it. And I didn't think it was that bad or whatever. I don't know how that went, but dog walked straight to where that scrape was and just started licking it. And I was like, Mommy, that's exactly where the pain is. The dog knew somehow. And so I guess they could smell it. But back then, that was like I was really, really dumbfounded by that. But, yeah, man. I like dogs. Hopefully most of them like me. Unlike that little one earlier today. But, yeah, man, just enjoying the fact that I don't have to worry about my stuff. You know, this is what I was also going to say, turning on this camera. I ran into there was some brother and his lady as I was walking out right now. The lady was giving them the bad news about what it is that I basically just went through, which is you got to leave for a night. If you're going to try to stay for several weeks, you can always stay. You can stay, but you're gonna have to find at the end of that contract a way to spend the night somewhere else that night. When you check out, they're not gonna let you stay there. You know, they're not. And so they were getting the bad news. They didn't know that. They were like, well, what about our stuff? And I told them, I'm like, I left my stuff right underneath this damn stairs. I told them, I was like, that's what I did. And I was like, I just went through that. I went through that last night. And they were looking like, what? I'm like, man, if you know the drill. It was another brother while I was sitting there waiting for the housekeeper to finish my room. It took a little while, actually. I was sitting in there after I'd signed my paperwork. And in between the time when I walked in she confirmed that I had gotten it, I sat there probably for another hour. But that was the easiest hour to sit. You know, it's one of the type of situations where with what I just went through, the patience to sit and wait for somebody to finish cleaning something that I didn't even know I was going to have was easy. I could have still been sitting there and not been upset about it, I promise you. But nevertheless, it was like I saw a brother that walked in, an older gentleman, and he had already been through this a million times, obviously. He said, all right, checking out now, I'll be here tomorrow. Like, that's how you handle that. But when you get that initial, shock that they ain't gonna let you stay, it's like, what? And so that's really what it is. What I didn't realize is that everybody does that. Everybody here does that. And they probably all stay at the hostel for a night and then come back. You know, like that's a normal thing for people, because a lot of people don't have nowhere to go and there ain't no way to getting what they need. You know, so it's like this is the best thing they can do. They might be able to scrounge up the cash, but they don't have a path to having their own place for whatever set of reasons. At least not in the short term. So they got to stay here a couple months while they're waiting for certain things. Just like me. Had to stay now for like what's going to be 9 weeks in a hotel. So it's like the routine is set for a lot of people. You just got to find somewhere to put your stuff. And that's the hard part. If you can find somewhere to put your stuff, then all you need to do is just lay your head somewhere at night for one night, and you can go back and get that thing done for at least for 3 weeks, so long as you can keep up with the payments. And that first payment is going to be rather cheap for what you expect, because it's only $270 something. So that really helps. But you know, it's about where you put your stuff. And they were like, where are we gonna put our stuff? I was like, that's where I put mine, right underneath them damn steps. Problem is, if everybody does that, them steps ain't gonna be available. You know, that's the problem. You know, so I probably shouldn't have told him that given the circumstances, but that's what it was, man. I sat there and watched all those highlights from every basketball game I could think of while I was sitting there waiting for her to for the cleaning lady to finish doing her thing. And after I finished watching basketball, it was just maybe 10 minutes after all of that. So yeah, I had to be sitting there for about an hour, because I watched about 5-6 highlights, 7-8 minutes long. So that's what it was. But man, I tell you, this doing laundry here is a challenge too, for the same reason we've already mentioned. I got these skin allergies. And right now I feel a little itchy, man, because I was just kind of lifting stuff out, and I ended up having to use 2 laundry washers because it was a little too much. I think the comforter is significantly bigger, and the underbedding was significantly bigger than the other, so it wasn't gonna fit in one laundry with everything I had. A couple pair of jeans and stuff like that, it wasn't gonna fit in that washer. So I put it in there initially, and it was too much. I could hear it wasn't spinning properly, and I knew, because I remembered from last time, that was the machine they just fixed that I was using. I'm like, I'm not about to just break a machine they literally just fixed a week ago, doing something I know I have no business doing. So I just bit the bullet and spent $4 on wash, which is they scamming the hell out of these people. They know people broke, and they gonna make us spend $2 for each laundry washer. And see, that was my thing. It's like, this is why your washers keep breaking. You're gonna end up spending money trying to get them fixed in the long run, because people go over stuff them knowing that they're too expensive. It's like, that part people don't really think about. It's the same thing I said about my job when I had to get the carts fixed at that Marina Harbor place. Like, yo, y'all ain't trying to spend money to get it fixed properly, but you keep on taking it to a company that keeps on doing it in a way that keeps on needing to get done. And eventually, all the money you should have spent on getting it fixed properly, you're gonna spend on the lawsuit that comes from somebody getting hit when the brakes go out. It's like, y'all gotta see the back end problems. You know, when you try to get greedy with certain little things, you end up using that same budget to get it fixed in ways that's probably gonna be more expensive than it would have been to keep it cheap. These are just things, you know, parts of business that people don't sometimes think about, man. How you doing? Oh, thank you, bro. These type of things in business people don't think about. It's like, yo, that's gonna still be a problem. You're gonna have to pay that out the same damn budget. So I hope they understand that. I don't think they do, but them machines gonna keep breaking because people gonna keep on trying to overdo it. The only reason why I didn't is because I remember that thing being broken, and I'm pretty sure that's how I got broke. Because I ain't about to spend $4 to get it washed, $4 to get it dry. That's $8 just to do laundry in your facility when these people broke. No, they would rather break your machine. And so I just happen to not need to do that today, or rather chose not to. But yeah, prayers out to that brother and his lady, man. I know how that feels. I know how that feels. I've now gone through that twice, having to leave my stuff there. I've gone through that twice, having to tell me I can stay for past 3 weeks, when I was just thinking, you know, maybe I could, since most people probably do. I got the money, let me do it. No, it's set up so that people don't live here, so that you at least think you have to leave, and that kind of thing. So I'm finally at my little market. I'm gonna grab my bread and hurry up and get back over there so I can get my stuff in the dryer. BDF 44, thank you all for watching. I'm out.